It has been a week since the domestic flights were resumed in India, effective the 25th May 2020, when the government allowed airlines to resume up to one-third of the total number of flights that had been approved in their summer schedule. In spite of operating much lower number of flights, the airlines got off to a not so very impressive start. Besides cancellation of flights and uncertainty surrounding because of the various state governments' health protocols on quarantine, etc., the passenger loads have not been very good. More than a third of the aircraft seats have remained unsold. Travel portals have shared the information that bulk of the passengers who travelled bought one-way tickets, clearly indicating that they were stranded passengers wanting to get home. Travel portals have also shared the information that most of the traffic was from metro cities to non-metro cities, or from one non-metro city to another non-metro city, and very little traffic between two metro cities. This was possibly because most of the metro cities fall in red zone, a discouraging factor for anyone to travel. Take Mumbai airport for example. Of the 5,000 odd passengers who traveled in and out of Mumbai airport, there were 3 departing passengers for every 1 arriving passenger, clearly indicating that people were wanting to get out of a metro city. Notwithstanding the demand destruction signs that are visible, there are people in our Ministry of Civil Aviation who still believe that we will regain the market share sooner than later. They have in fact removed the one-third flight ceiling that they had imposed before the commencement or resumption of domestic flights, so that any airline can operate any number of flights effective the 1st of June. The minister is perhaps optimistic, for whatever reasons he may have, though I strongly differ with that optimism, because in an interview with the Economic Times, he said that by Diwali this year, the airline industry will regain the traffic level as it existed prior to COVID-19. Now this is something one simply can't believe, but he was the minister. He must have some reasons for expressing the optimism. His optimism can perhaps also have a casualty, Air India being a casualty. Because in the same interview, he also said that Air India's disinvestment process is on track. The question is, with all airlines adversely impacted, financially impacted, having surplus aircraft with them, how will any airline have the financial muscle to acquire Air India? Seems improbable. But why is the government still wanting to continue? Should they not take a serious review of the developments, withdraw the disinvestment process, because one would hate to see the fate of the disinvestment process as it got in 2018. Why go for a flop show knowingly? It will be ironical for Air India, which has been operating repatriation flights to get stranded passengers back to India from various parts of the world. So should we see Air India being stranded because there is no airline wanting to take a flight to acquire Air India through the disinvestment process? A sad development. Let's Government of India take a realistic call now based on global trends and what are the ground realities. Thank you.